on co-star, Arielle is Sexy Kitty.
Leila made my co-star.
I didn't make your name. You made your name.
No, you made it.
I never made you Sexy Kitty.
Hey Siri, remind me to tell Leila about this crazy thing that happened yesterday.
Voice memo, Hannah. You will not believe who I saw last night.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell you the epiphany I just had.
Girl, I know we just talked, but I forgot the best part of the story.
Leila, I cannot wait to tell you.
Hannah, I literally can't wait to tell you.
I can't wait to tell you.
I can't wait to tell you.
I can't wait to tell you.
Hey, Leila.
Hey, Hannah.
You are so different.
I'm so different.
You're 33.
I'm 33.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I'm a totally different person. It feels amazing.
Expand on that.
It feels good to finally be the same age as you. It feels good to not just be in my early 30s, but be in my almost mid 30s.
You're like early mid.
Early mid. It feels
You're still in like your first quarter of 30.
I feel like, yeah, we're still in like the second season of Sex and the City.
I guess technically we're in our... I'm not even going to try
first
to do
third?
math on mic. It's too embarrassing.
Math on mic.
We're like in our first third of our 30s.
Yeah, and that feels good.
Yes.
It feels like we get all the benefits of being an adult with like still some access to youth without all of the responsibilities of like a family and bone density.
Totally. And yeah, absolutely. Bone density is all the rage right now. Everybody's
really
talking about
is.
bone density.
Man, you know who was big on bone density? I just thought about it. Diane Keaton. Oh, you know what? No, it was Sally Field.
Oh, well,
Sorry for mixing them up.
that's okay. I'm sure Diane Keaton had thoughts on bone density. I could totally see her being that.
How are you doing? 33 and a half.
33 and a half. I'm doing good. Yesterday was my first Monday that I had absolutely nothing on the calendar, and I purposefully did that where I was like, I'm not going to make plans because it's so easy to like see an open day and be like, well, I should see a friend or I should put something on the calendar.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm going to intentionally have it blank. And I think I watched probably 12 hours of TV, and it was so like... I think all the like healthy self-care stuff is really good, but sometimes watching 12 hours of TV is the best. That like I literally woke up this morning with an urge to like text my friends and engage with them in a way that I hadn't felt in a while.
That's such a good feeling.
Yes, I was like, it's time to talk. It's kind of like a double plus if all the TV that you're watching is just absolute garbage. Like
Was
I
it
don't
All
wanna,
Housewives?
I watched pretty much the entirety of the new Selling Sunset season.
Nice.
I had started that the day before, but yeah, finished that entire season. I caught up on some Housewives that I needed to catch up on. The only thing that wouldn't be under the trash category that I watched is I started that new show, I Love LA, on
what do you
HBO
think?
Max. It's really... I think it's very LA. I think I'm going to like it. It definitely has like the feel of, it's very attractive, witty people. I love Rachel Sennett.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny even watching it and like just the general air of it is so LA, which kind of in theme of my opinions kind of stresses me out.
Interesting.
Of being like, oh, I love to like look at LA, or I would love to like, take a dose of LA, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how they explore what living as LA as sort of, because one of the people is sort of like an influencer, and then Rachel Sennett plays like a manager type person. So kind of in the industry of it all in LA. So I'm excited to see how it all shakes out.
It's all people that I love who are on the show.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's funny. Rachel Sennett lives a block away from my cousin Jason Avzano.
Oh, wow. Do they see each other, or does she see?
He sees her a lot when he's walking his dog, and then he's always like in his mind, like, "Hey, Rachel," but she has a beautiful little house.
Wow.
Always looks like it's got beautiful lamp lighting.
Yes, that makes sense.
I know. Anyway, but also, you know what is another super LA show is Nobody Wants This.
Nobody, and which I did. Oh, that's what else I started yesterday. I got through like, I think 4 episodes.
I had a good time.
The way I watched so much TV yesterday, I really started from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. I kind of, when we first started talking on the mic, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on Nobody Wants This right now because they're, podcasters on that show.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, I think they're like doing a better job so far in like, because I remember one of the things that you said about last season is you felt like they like really villainized like Jewish women. It was like all the women in the show who were Jewish were like kind of the villains, and they were like no fun. And I think it's fun that they're showing like a character arc of the wife of what's that? The brother's wife, and showing her like have some more fun. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
I love a digestible 30-minute show.
Oh my God, me too. And everything is so fun and luxurious on the show. Like they always are dressed so cute, and all of the apartments are so cute and beautiful. And I mean, Adam Brody is just so freaking cute.
So charming. And I love it because he looks like someone who is aging in a way that is, it's nice to, I know the women aren't aging as naturally on the show, but he's letting himself age naturally. And I like a weathered man in that way.
Love a weathered man. It's so funny. We have our first live audience, which is hilarious because normally my mom is an avid listener of the podcast, but she's actually sitting watching us talk right now because my mom and our guest are visiting. And I think we should bring her in.
Let's freaking do it.
Our guest today is someone I've known my entire life.
Whoa. How can that be?
How can it be? It's my sister, Arielle Gorstein.
Yay! Hey, Arielle. How are you?
I'm so good.
Is this everything you've imagined?
It's literally a dream come true. I'm probably the number one listener of the pod. I comment on all of the Instagram posts, and I'm just
thank you for that.
To be here. Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you
We
for
love engagement.
Thank you for commenting from
Gorstein Bahar fam.
Yeah, Gorstein Bahar fam and Life is Foodieful.
I'll make another account too.
Yeah, please. Arielle has an account that she had started, it was her original account, and it became a food Instagram, and Arielle got like 15,000 followers and was like an amazing food influencer. But then Arielle moved to Boston and had kids, and it was really hard to do both. So now she has a family account where only our family can see her kids, and that's the Gorstein Bahar account.
Would Life is Foodieful ever have a reboot?
Maybe in the future, but not right now.
Yeah.
Well, even like whenever we go to a really good meal, Arielle still takes professional pictures of all of our food items as though she's going to post them. Like last night we went to Armitage Ale House for my birthday dinner, and Arielle has a bunch of pictures of that dinner.
Yeah, but the pictures aren't great. And whenever I do that, I'm reminded of I'm so glad that I don't have to do this anymore.
It's also so hard because when the food comes to the table, we're not allowed to touch the food until Arielle's done taking the pictures.
At least it didn't make you do videos. Like when you were pouring the toffee over the ice cream, I was like, that is such a great shot. Like that would make such a good reel. But
or breaking the egg on the steak tartare.
Oh, yes.
I imagine just being an influencer or someone who your social media is super, super important to you is fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
To be, because even I feel like when I'm having a fun night or doing something and I kind of have to stop the action to be like, we should take a picture. It always just kind of makes, it puts a halt to like the natural energy of what's going on. But then I'm always like, I wish I would have taken a picture from this. So that's why it was nice to travel with John Love, because John was just he liked to snap pictures. So he would snap pictures of us while we were in the action and never needed to stop.
Yes, definitely.
So maybe we just need professional photographers to follow us around
or
everywhere.
just hang out with Naomi Gorstein.
Well, right. I mean, that's one thing we can count on. I've been getting the live updates of the trip through Naomi's Instagram. I saw you guys went on a nice walk on the 606 with the fall foliage.
We sure did.
I saw the pictures of Yoav. Oh, well, that's another exciting thing is I got to meet Yoav, which is Arielle's son.
Yeah,
newest member of
Yoav
the
is
family.
here. He's also in our live audience.
He is. He's eating my mom's flip-flop right now.
And here's what I have to say. I love a baby in a helmet.
He does look cute.
Yeah.
I think I love a baby in a helmet. I love a baby in glasses. I love kind of an accessory.
An
on a
accessory.
baby is just kind of everything to me.
It's also really funny watching the dynamic between Yoav and Olive, because Olive is so up in Yoav's grill and then also doesn't like another baby being around because she's like, I'm the baby. So anyway, that's been a lot of fun to observe.
You've got you got a good chunk. You all got the gals. Well, I guess we're missing Michal because you have another child, Michal.
I do. Michal, yeah. She is at home, but we FaceTimed this morning because I was up with Yoav at 6 o'clock and Michal was getting ready for school. I was up with him at 4:30, but I didn't, the sun didn't come up until like 6:30 and I didn't want to turn on the light. So that's when we FaceTimed, when we had light.
Right from the day.
How does Michal like adjust to you being gone?
I think she's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a good time with my husband, Danny.
I had so much fun meeting Michal at Leila's wedding.
She was the star of the show.
She was such a star. There was a moment when that kind of back area where the wedding party kept all of their stuff, where you guys signed what's the thing?
ketubah.
The ketubah. Michal was back there, and she had this like slug snail sort of toy.
Someone gave that to her. Someone brought that, and
I we were basically playing fetch. I was
Hannah was
throwing
playing
it.
fetch with her.
I was throwing it, and then she would grab it and bring it back to me, and then I'd take it and kind of like shock her in the stomach, and she'd laugh, and I'd be like, and she'd be like, ah! And then I'd throw it, and then we played fetch for a good like 30 minutes back there, and just had a great time.
Thanks for entertaining.
It reminds me of the scene in Knocked Up when what's her name, Leslie Mann, is watching Seth Rogen play fetch with her daughter. She's like, "Oh look, he's playing fetch with my daughter. How great!" And then
They like it.
They did, yeah. It works, especially for a toddler. It works. But yeah, that was so much fun. Well, should we get into your 3 C's?
Yes,
Sure.
Well, I guess before we go into the 3 C's, I guess because I know that you listen to episodes and you'll text Leila thoughts, rebuttals, things of that nature. Is there anything you want to clear the air on, or any opinions that we've had that you want to?
Oh my God, I'm not even prepared. Well, I mean, one thing which just came up when I was getting ready, because I have a shirt that is basically what Leila is wearing. I was like, should I put that on and we can match? Because I do love to match.
Matching. Matching culture. And I feel like, Leila, you also like to match.
Where'd that come from?
It's something that I think you like. I think it's information that I've gathered.
I think it's funny, like when you coincidentally match, but it's like, if I'm like excited about an outfit and then I see someone wearing the exact same thing as me, I'm like, man, I thought I was like going to be original with that.
Or I guess like planned matching, where it's like you go do something and you have a theme or you have a matching sort of thing, I feel like is kind of in your culture.
In my culture. I'm trying to think of like a time when that's happened. Why?
Did you guys match growing up?
Say, well, we did. I think sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident. But my daughter Michal loves to match. She loves to match me, and she loves to match her brother.
And then you and Mom were wearing matching Costco pajamas last night.
That was just because my mom got the pajamas, and then she thought that I would like them too, and she was right, and she got them for me. And I brought them, and she brought them, and we both happened to be wearing them.
There have been times where I'll pick an outfit that I'm excited about, and then Arielle sees the outfit, and then she goes and puts on the exact same thing, and then surprises me with it.
And that makes you mad?
Sometimes.
I'm sorry.
What I will say is, I don't like to match in like say we're going to an event and it's like, let's wear the same thing. But I love wearing, every Christmas I get matching pajamas for my mom and my sister. And then we, on Christmas Day, are all wearing matching pajamas. And that I like.
That is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, it depends. I guess it really depends. I can't think of something where I'm like, oh, I want to match at that. But
what was the biggest thing you two fought over when you were growing up?
Of clothing items?
No, just in terms of sister relationship growing up. Like, what was like the biggest thing that you guys would fight about?
God, it's hard to say because Arielle is the middle child, and so she was always kind of like the neutral peacemaker. And then me and Zach would fight a lot, but Arielle one time did this like thing that both her and my brother started doing, where they called it knocking sense, and they would flick me and go sense.
We're knocking
and, like,
sense into, but that was when you were like a toddler.
No.
I used to love. I loved how after baby Leila would have like a tantrum or be really crying and upset afterwards, just like snuggling her when she was like, I don't know, vulnerable or whatever. So sometimes I would purposely like fuck with her.
That's like what narcissists do in relationships.
And then afterwards,
to get the love from afterwards.
Pick a fight to be close afterwards.
That's such a real thing. Arielle also like would always like comment on my baby hands. Like I feel like up until like I was a teenager.
I mean, your hands are bigger than mine, but they still, I just think of them as little baby hands.
What's the age difference?
3.5 years.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of anything. So the only fight that I can think of is like when we were in Florence.
Oh yeah.
Arielle
But we were
came-
adults.
Yeah, we were adults. Arielle came to visit me when I was studying abroad in London, and it was like the end of my trip. And then we went to Italy together, and this was so classic. I feel like I've told you this story before, but we went to Florence where I had like a couple of friends who were studying abroad, and we went to like go eat with them and hang out. But my grandpa was like, "Oh my God, if you're going to Florence, you have to go to this restaurant. It's the best restaurant in the whole world. And you go there and tell them, we don't want to order anything. Tell them Joel sent you there." And we were like, what the fuck? And so then we had to take like a 40-minute bus.
Is this Naomi's dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to take a 40-minute bus ride into like the hills outside of Florence. And then we went to this like beautiful mountaintop restaurant. And then we get there and like they only speak Italian. They like don't understand us at all. And then we're both like, our grandpa, Joel, told us that you would know what to order us, and they were like, what the fuck? Right. And then they like handed us the menu and like pointed, and me and Arielle were just staring at each other confused. So then we just like pointed to something on the menu.
I think they said like the steak Florentine is what you have to get here, and we didn't really know what that was, but it's essentially raw steak.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, it was just basically,
and you order it by the kilogram, and they were like, how much do you want? And we were like, I don't know, we're stupid Americans, what's a kilogram? Sure, send us a kilogram. So we got that's 2.2 pounds
steak. It was
of meat.
A raw steak was like a tartare.
Basically,
or just like raw?
no, it's just like
it
very
looked like a steak, but like completely red in the middle.
Yeah.
Was it
bloody.
good?
It's very Tuscan. It's like Tuscan style to have like raw steak and then dry bread with olive oil. And that's all we got. And we were like, and it was like such an expensive meal.
Yeah.
And then also they gave us this like
very
crazy
Stanley
wine.
Tucci of you.
It was very Stanley Tucci, but both of us were like not enjoying it. And then I was like, I don't understand why like you made us come here. And Arielle was like, I didn't make us come here. We came here because Bappa told us to come. And then Arielle was like, it's like annoying that this is so expensive because I like don't like it that much. And I was like, don't say that out loud. And then we were just like so tired and irritable, and then both crying on this beautiful Firenze mountaintop.
There's something about a sister fight that really will take place anywhere. Like there is no shame. Like it'll happen at a coffee shop. Like me and my sister have definitely been like crying at restaurants in a fight, just with no like like we don't care about our surroundings.
Not at all. But yeah, I can you think of a fight that we've
I
had?
can't really think of any fights from growing up. I think we were pretty chill.
Me and my sister fought so much. And so I'm 3.5 years older than my sister, and I'm the older sister. And we would just fight about clothes. We'd fight about like she would want to come hang out with me and my friends, and I would be like, no. And like we physically fought a lot.
Physically.
Like literally we would do this thing on the couch where we would like pedal our feet, and it would just be like one wrong move and someone would like kick the other one, and then it was just like running, and then it would be like we'd be running all over the house just physically fighting. I don't know if I've told the story on the pod, but my dad's like favorite story for some reason to tell the people is like, oh, Hannah and Sarah, they've always been tenacious. I remember one time they were in a fight, and Hannah, Sarah came up behind Hannah and open palm slapped her on the back, and Hannah got so mad that she ran to the kitchen and got out a knife and started chasing Sarah around with a knife, and then Sarah locked herself in the bathroom. I took the knife at the bottom of the door and was going back and forth and said, you better not come out. And then I did that, and then my sister stayed, and then I just like left and went to a friend's house, and my sister stayed in the bathroom for like 2 hours.
That's so
So I guess that's kind of
scary.
like the fights we would have.
That was definitely me and Zach. Arielle would like stay out of it because we were kind of scary. Like Zach would like pin me down. Like he would like put his knees on my arms so I couldn't move. And then like one time he like poured a glass of water on my homework. And then my dad, like I've never seen him scream or like curse at us. And he cursed. He was like, what did he say? He was like, you motherfuckers.
One time my brother spit on my face, like, and
Horrifying.
And then he got in so much trouble for that.
Oh, that reminds me of the time that Zach put pizza in your face when we were out. We were like,
Oh yeah.
out at someone's birthday party or something. You guys were fighting, and Zach just put a slice of pizza on your face, slapped you with the slice of pizza. He got in big trouble for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of these moves that Zach is making sound like moves I would make. They sound, I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
And definitely it wasn't one-sided. Like I would like provoke him because I thought it was fun, and
Yeah.
then I would like regret it immediately. But like I liked to get him stirred up. One time I've told you this before, that he had Jinko jeans and there was a chain on the jeans, and he was like
Jinko jeans are so funny.
Oh my God, it was so 90s. And he was like rustling, like, you know, getting me revved up. So I took his chain and smacked him, and it hit him in the eye. And then he started crying. And then I was like, oh fuck, I'm in for it. I was like running for my life.
You always know in that moment when you took it too far.
Yeah.
It's like this like guttural feeling where it's like, oh shit, they're actually hurt, or like you took it too far and you know you're gonna get in trouble and you're like, I'm sorry, don't tell mom,
I know. It's like, oh damn, oh God. Seeing my brother cry, I was like, oh no, that's not good. Yeah. There was
Okay, well,
a lot of good
I can't
times.
think of any other fights. Maybe I'll think of one later.
Also, it's funny because both of you are older sisters and Tauruses.
I was just
middle
telling
children.
Leila yesterday, I was like, I feel very connected to Hannah on a lot of things.
For sure. I feel like an older sister. Do you feel like an older sister, like in life?
No. Actually, I feel I might have said this in my little speech for Leila at her wedding, but
Yeah.
I look up to Leila like an older sister.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Your speech at my wedding was so good.
Oh, thank you.
But there was a funny part in your speech where you were talking about like the Taurus Scorpio relationship. And I remember at one point making eye contact with Hannah from across the room because it was like very similar to like Taurus Scorpio
Totally.
in
The
our dynamic.
The balance of it all.
Of like how they complement each other and like the things that come up. So
What about being a Taurus resonates with you?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm not a zodiac girl. Everything
Are you a
I
cozy
know.
girl? Do you love like cozy?
I do, yes.
She's such a homebody.
The food of it, like that you are like a food influencer and you like documenting these sort of experiences. That's very Taurus. Like liking like luxurious things or even like cozy, soft things. Like all of that is very Taurus energy.
I'm not a bath girl or like a candle girl. I'm not. No.
Really?
But you've always been a nap girl. Like your whole
yes.
life, you love napping. Both of you can sleep anywhere.
Yes, love sleeping, love resting. Do you think you're stubborn?
No. I think I'm very go with the flow.
What's the rest of your chart? Do you know the rest of Arielle's
I think you're a rising Cancer, and then I don't know what your moon is in, but I can check. On CoStar, Arielle is Sexy Kitty.
Leila made my co-star.
I didn't make your name. You made your name.
No, you made it.
I never made you Sexy Kitty.
You definitely. I wouldn't. have done
Arielle is a Taurus, and then we both have our moon in Aquarius.
Okay.
And then you're a rising Cancer.
Okay, that checks out for me.
Yeah, Arielle has always had to like, I feel like, be the neutral peacemaker, but then also like, we're like the yin to each other's yang. Like Arielle is more like reserved and like so funny, but like everything is more subtle and
understated.
Then, yeah.
But in terms of stubbornness, I will say I'm very tenacious. Like my mom says, I have a very strong mind and I can use it for good or for evil, and I have to always focus on using it for good because I can go to a very dark place.
Remember when we were making screen names on AIM and Arielle's first choice was Devil Child 666? Mine was Chocolate Queen 17.
Mine was Motor Mouth Maniac.
Well, my first one was MLA Gym 9 because I was 9. And I was a gymnast. And then MLA was My Little Arielle.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know who called me that, but that was my very first screen name.
That I feel like that's pretty normal, but I'll never forget that you were Chocolate Queen.
Chocolate Queen 17 for a little bit.
Like, I'm sure people thought they were talking to like a beautiful
gorgeous black
woman in
Yeah.
her like 50s.
Remember when you would go into chat rooms and say ASL, age, sex, location? God.
I talked
so
to,
dangerous.
It was so dangerous. Whenever I was making mine, my mom was helping me and we were like, okay, what would be like a fun name? And then I'm like, well, I talk a lot. And we were like, okay, what about Motor Mouth? And then we were like, that's good. But then Motor Mouth had been taken and we were like, what about like Maniac? And then we're like, yeah, Motor Mouth Maniac. That's perfect. And again, that could be definitely like sexualized as well. Like,
I think
Motor Mouth
Zach,
Maniac.
I think Zach got a screen name with no numbers because he was Zamboni Zach.
did he play the Zamboni?
He played hockey.
Wait, what does Zamboni have?
Zamboni is the thing that cleans
the way that I just thought a Zamboni was an instrument.
like a xylophone and
Did he play the Zamboni?
He did play the trumpet and trombone, but not Zamboni.
Zamboni
Yeah,
does
play the
sound like an
Zamboni.
instrument.
Zamboni.
Zach.
Zamboni Zach.
That's good. Double Z.
Yeah, for a while we all shared a screen name that was Slooky J.
that was something that I think Zach came up with at camp or something. They
What
called
does
him
Slooky mean?
I think they called him Slooky at camp for some reason.
But wasn't it also from the song like, "Hey Slooky, Slooky,
I think that's Sloopy.
Sloopy"? Whoops.
Slooky? I don't know.
Mom, what
sings
are you
that
trying to
song?
say? It was from that song. All right, cool.
Wow, that was also a big fight in whenever we got dial-up internet. It was we
yes.
had to have that timed out because both my brothers really liked playing video games. I liked to be on the internet playing games, and then it was also attached to the phone line. So like if you were on the internet and then you got on the phone, you would hear the like you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So it was like for 4 kids to try to figure out how they want to call their friends, how if a friend is going to call, wanting to go on the internet, it was like, it got to a certain point where like one day my dad just like took out all the TVs and internet from our house and we were all like, where are the TVs? Where's the internet? And then he was like, you guys are fighting over it. So like, why don't you guys all go play together and like,
Okay,
and
so this is leading directly into one of my C's.
okay,
so
perfect.
maybe-
That's a perfect
okay.
jump off point.
Okay. So it's what I'm curious about.
Oh
Love it.
wow! Starting with curious.
Starting with curious, I'm maybe mixing it up. I don't know.
No,
You
that's
are.
perfect.
Okay. So I've been really curious about how to raise good humans in this current world that we're living in. Also in general, but especially in this current world that we're living in, because my older daughter, Michal, is about to turn 4. And I feel like up to this point, it's been parenting has been much more of a physical experience, like just keep them alive, teach them how to eat, teach them how to just like be in society and not die. And now it's turning much more into like a cultivation of a human that's going to grow up and be, a member of society. So I've been very curious about how to do that, and then also how to not fuck her up, which is what you guys were just reminding me of when you were talking about, when we grew up, you had to like go and sit on the computer to be on the internet. And I remember I wanted like my own phone line to talk to my friends, and that was like a huge thing. I don't think I ever got it.
Same. Yeah, same.
But now kids have a supercomputer in their pocket and they're constantly connected and with social media and just constantly being online. I've been reading a lot of Jonathan Haidt, who's this social psychologist who studies all of this and how how the childhood experience leads to how people are as adults. And his latest book is called The Anxious Generation, and it's all about how being always online and being on social media makes kids so anxious. And also how we are over-parenting our kids, and we're helicopter parenting. Like what you just said, they said, you're fighting over it, go play outside. Like, kids don't play outside anymore. They're just on the phone all the time. And what Jonathan Haidt talks a lot about is that they want to feel independent and that they have some freedom, and that the only place they can go where their parents aren't constantly up their ass is on their phone, which is a very scary and dangerous place. And actually, if they would just go play on the street, everyone is like, all the parents are like, oh, I don't want them to get abducted or, molested or something. But the rates of that are so super low. But then when they're on the internet and there's no protections, nobody's looking out for them, they can get into some real trouble.
Yeah, really scary.
That all makes so much sense. I feel like I'm so glad we grew up in the time that we did.
Yeah.
Because both my parents, like all through growing up, my parents worked, and like when we never got babysitters either, it was kind of like the four of us kids were like my brother David was like, once he hit like over 10, they were like, well, David can watch you. Like, you guys can all take care of each other. And I mean, any house that I grew up in, it was like we were neighborhood kids. Like, it would be like we get home from school, we had friends in the neighborhood, we would ride our bikes to our friend's house, we would go to the park. It would be like, it was just kind of constantly like, it would be like, oh, we were always outside playing. We would like, there's so many like going out into like the woods and making up games and all of that. And I'm like, does that even exist anymore? And like, to one degree, I almost wanted my parents to be a little more helicoptery when I grew up, because I was like, do they even know where I am? Do they even care? But now looking back, I think that sort of the freedom it gave me really made me a lot of who I am and some of the things that I like about myself. Or even like, I was pretty sheltered in terms of media growing up because we were pretty Christian, and my parents were very much like, wanted us to play and wanted us to, and like, I played so many like imagination games because I did not have cable growing up until I was like in high school. So when I went over to a friend's house, I'm like, let's watch Disney Channel. Like, I don't have that in my house. I only have PBS. So like Saturday mornings I get to watch like the Disney Channel shows. But so much of that now, all the things that I felt tortured from when I was younger, I'm so grateful for. But I can't even imagine being a parent in this day and age and trying to like, find the right balance of like sheltering your kids from information online. Or also just Mihal's getting to the age where it's like, is she going to go to school? Like, will she start kindergarten?
She's in preschool now.
Okay.
She has one more year of preschool.
Yeah.
But she's in the grade of preschool where most of the kids are going to be in kindergarten next year. She's the very youngest in her class.
Okay.
And that's also what's been kind of playing into this curiosity, is that as I see her interact with other kids, it's like how, she has a real personality, and some of the kids are like little shits, and she's amazing, and other parents have told me like she's objectively amazing, like a great, hilarious, smart, caring kid. And I don't know how much credit I can take for that. I would like to think maybe some, but that's something else that I've been curious about, is like what makes a little, like a 4 or 5 year old kid like an asshole or a nice person, and how, what can I even do to influence that?
Also, it's like, I nannied for a long time and nannied for different families. And it is so tempting. Like when you have a toddler, especially a toddler, and then you bring in a newborn, it's so tempting to be like, just take the iPad. Just take the iPad.
Yeah.
And you can watch the iPad, and then I'll get a couple hours of silence or whatever that may be. But then you think about it, and then you see the kids who are so addicted to the iPad at such a young age, and that's like scary. Like the
there's
Instagram
no
thing, the iPad
creativity
kids, where it's just like, and then they get emotionally attached to these devices so young, and that's scary.
Yeah, I feel like it was nice. I mean, at least for us growing up, we all like, we would go around the neighborhood, and I would go like across the street to Chelsea Innes's house and like play on the trampoline, or like go to Lauren Thompson's house and play horses. But like, also I feel like you and I would have to get sent to walk the dog a lot, and then we would like make up songs while we were walking the dog. But it's like such an interesting thing, because I don't know, now it feels like it's so much harder to have kids like be active and interact outside of everything. Like, I joined a soccer league, and I was like running around on a field with other adults, and I felt like so childlike, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how important it is to have moments like this where you just run around on a field.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting how like quickly you can lose that, especially when you're like, you know, on your phone or just in your like work life, and then there's no time or space for that.
Well, also it's like as much as you guard Michal, as soon as then she hangs out with these other kids, all the things that they know, they're going to tell them. And I think that's always been the case. You know, I always had that friend growing up who like matured way
Leila
sooner
was
than,
that
like,
friend.
me. Yes.
I was the one telling everyone about sex.
Third child.
You know what I mean? Where it's like you're gonna, if you have friends and you're hanging out with people, like you're gonna learn things. But also, I think
But
that's
how do I
kind of-
prepare her for that so that
Right.
she, takes that information into a value system and a worldview where she can, handle it and not be
Yeah.
too influenced by it for the worse.
I don't know. I feel like so far it's like you're really good at having an open communication
Oh, that's what I
channel
was thinking.
with like no shame of
Right.
like making her feel badly about anything or insecure about the thoughts and feelings that she's had so that she can share it with you.
I think that was what came to mind of just being like, if she feels like she can come and be like, hey, this kid told me I was this today, and it like, what does that mean? Or like, I think just having like a conversation and telling them like what that means, I feel like is so good, because I think as soon as like me and my therapist, we talk about shame all the time and like how shame can be like rooted into you in different ways. And like, that's the thing of like, if you go to someone who is trusted and they make you feel bad about something, then you're like, oh, I should feel shame about this. And that means it's not safe to go talk to them again about it. So
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, yeah, communication is like uncomfy as it can be, or I have no idea. I am not a parent, but I'm sure it's like 100 times harder, like to actually live it than. I just have so much like respect for parents. And I think, I don't know, even that you think about all of this is more than a lot of people can say, you know what I mean? So I think you're winning.
Thank you.
It makes me think about the conversation you brought up in the car on the way home from the airport yesterday of like, what do you do when your daughter is putting on a slutty Halloween costume in high school? Like, what is the way to handle it? And I think you should talk about like the two things that you noticed or like that you read about. The different
There were two different parents. So I follow a lot of people who think and write and study this stuff. So like Jonathan Haidt is one of them. I'm going to have, I think, like 20 cells throughout the episode. So Jonathan Haidt is my first cell, I think. Like, read his books, follow him on Instagram. Very interesting and useful stuff. Dr. Becky is another one. She's a psychologist and she talks a lot about raising children. And so she was the one who originally posted this reel, like so your daughter comes out and says, I want to wear this slutty nurse costume or this slutty zookeeper costume, or I don't know.
Slutty zookeeper. Gotta write that one down for next year.
I really want to be a slutty zookeeper.
So what do you say? And she said that the first thing you need to do is come at it with curiosity. So instead of saying immediately, no, take that off, get out of my face, that's disgusting, say, well, what do you like about that outfit? Let's talk about what you get out of the idea of wearing that, and then maybe we can brainstorm together ways that you can get those things without wearing something so inappropriate, I guess. And then there's another account who did a reaction video to that reel, and he whole parent, he has a book about like the neuroscience of children and parenting and stuff. And he responded and said, actually, Dr. Becky, the response when she comes out and says she wants to wear that is, okay, your body, your choice. I'm not the one to be here and tell you that you can't wear something that you want to wear. So we had a whole conversation about that, and I leaned more towards Dr. Becky, but.
So as someone who wore slutty Halloween costumes in high school and college, I will say, like, I think for my entire life, I don't ever remember a moment where my parents were like, you can't wear that, like you, whatever. And I think that affected me really positively because I've never had any like correlation of shame around wearing a certain thing. And I feel like, I don't know, just like, I feel like if anything, my mom was like, you look cute. Like I'd had like a slutty sailor outfit on and she's like, let me take pictures. Like she just like, I don't know, was very
Like in Mean Girls.
yes, a little. Well, definitely like when my parents got a divorce, that was a whole nother conversation. But my mom was very much like, can I borrow that? And so it was like a whole different, I have a picture of my mom wearing the slutty sailor costume like 2 years into the divorce. And she looked cute. And my sister's like wearing a slutty costume with her. But it's a whole nother conversation. But like, I feel as though just being able to do something and not like have someone shame me. I'm such a don't tell me what to do person that anytime someone told me I wasn't allowed to do something and then correlated that with being bad and it being, then I'd be like, oh, well then I'm going to go be bad in secret.
Right. Both of their points. I mean, the whole parent guy was very respectful. He was like, I love Dr. Becky. I just want to, give a different take on this. But both of them were like, if you lead with shame, she's going to put on the costume that you want, go to her friend's house, bring it in a backpack and put it on and do it without you knowing. So how do you avoid that situation where they are going behind your back and not trusting you, like you were just saying?
Totally. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was like a very positive, and it could have just been my parents were like in over their head doing their, and they were just like, yeah, cool, Halloween costume, like whatever. But there was very little of like ever getting in trouble for like wearing something or anything like that.
I feel like I kind of lucked out since I went to an arts school, so no one was dressing slutty. So I would just like I remember one time I dressed as like an alien princess, and
that was a great costume.
And I was like, this is so cool, and it like made no sense. But like,
find a picture of that because I'm sure you have it, and Shelby put it on the
alien princess. But in college, there were definitely like slutty things I would do because other girls in my sorority were doing it. But at that point, like I was already like on my way to being an adult and had and I had agency. Like my mom couldn't tell me because I was already gone. But I
feel like I was such a cliche where my parents got a divorce my senior year, and like the Halloween after, my dad was living in the house that we were living in as a family. And I was like, I'm going to throw a Halloween rager. And I was like, I'm having a party tonight. And my dad was like, and I was like, don't come downstairs. And then me and 3 of my best friends all dressed up as Hooters girls. And my dad was so, basically he was just like, so didn't want to like ruin my life with the divorce that I was like, you can't tell me what to do because you did this thing to me. So don't even try to have like an opinion on anything, because he had an affair and was getting married to the woman. And so like, I was like, you can't tell me what to do. Like you did this thing. Like I'm going to do what I want.
I think that's another thing that I'm trying to embody in this whole curiosity of raising good children is just modeling good behavior so that they don't have that.
I mean, I will say I
some
had
pressure on you. Like,
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, just be a good human. Like, I mean, I don't mean to say like that your dad is a bad human.
I think, I think for me, because my parents not only shielded us from like certain things, like sheltering us from like certain media growing up, like they sheltered us from any conflict whatsoever. So like before my parents got a divorce, I never saw them fight ever. It wasn't like a situation where I was like, my parents could get divorced any day. They wanted to shield us from like any conflict. So I didn't really learn how to do conflict growing up. And then when I found out my parents were getting a divorce and all of this was happening and I had no idea, I was like, whoa, like my whole world blew up, and I didn't know what was real. I didn't know what was a lie. I just like, it really, really fucked me up. And I think there is a transparency that I think I would have gained more from, even if it's like the hard stuff, I don't know. I think I understand my parents wanting to shield me from conflict or like big issues that they were having, but I almost felt too shielded from it, where it was like you were blindsided.
That's a thing also that all of these parenting experts that I follow talk about is like, it as you're model healthy like conflict resolution.
And I didn't get that at all, where I was like, if I have conflict with someone, that means we should not be in relationship with each other. So then going into my adulthood, I had anytime I would have conflict with like a friend or someone I was dating or anything like that, I'm like, well, I guess that just means that we're not supposed to be in each other's lives. Like, and it took me, I mean, up until now, I'm still working on telling people when they hurt me or resolving like conflict and knowing conflict isn't the end of things. It's very healthy and normal.
I also think it's like a good thing to see your parents make mistakes, or like knowing that everyone makes mistakes and that your parents can't be these perfect human specimens.
Yes.
And like, I feel like that took me a really long time to realize like that, oh my gosh, parents are fallible also.
Right.
And the other thing that I was going to say is it's just funny because I remember you talking about the Hooters costume and then that got you kicked out of the leadership group.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Yeah, I will say shout out to Mama. When my parents got a divorce and I got to like experience my mom, like I feel like all growing up, my mom modeled this like perfect sort of wife, mother, Susie homemaker, wanted to do it all. And then seeing her go through the divorce and be like a human who was like working through all these things, have this transparency with us about her dating, her everything. Like she became like a good friend to me and my sister, where we would talk about anything. And I feel like as, you know, time has progressed, we've evened out where it's like we have like better boundaries, but then we also have like this candor that like would have never happened if none of that did happen. And it's one of like the most like precious relationships in my life. And so like it was almost like the silver lining was this honesty and candor that we like got from it.
Yes,
on
totally.
that side, where the honesty and the being human and the flaws make you closer.
Yeah, which is like kind of the special part of something that can be so tough, or like finding the beauty in the pain.
For sure.
Wait, before we move on, we have a sidebar. Did you want to say something, Naomi? Okay, you have to say it in the microphone.
All right, we have this Naomi Gorstein.
Mother to comment.
One comment I would like to make is that I think it depends what age the sexual costumes are happening at.
The sexual
because
costume.
I think that the media pushes kind of a hypersexualization of girls, and very often the girls fall into that. And so there is a difference between, you know, yes, you want to be proud of your body and wear what you want and have agency. But on the other hand, you do have to teach that hypersexualization isn't a positive thing that will get you positive things. You will end up having negative attention that will affect you in a way that could affect you later. So I think it is important, you know, once you're like at the end of high school, even in high school, I think that especially happens then. Once you're in college, you know, yeah, wear whatever you want. But I think high school, especially for girls of that age, you're so insecure and you're so looking for attention, and that's not really the best way to get the kind of attention you want.
Oh, interesting.
Sounds like she's on Dr. Becky's side.
Dr. Becky. I think
My mom is a Dr. Becky fan. I think she went to a lecture that Dr. Becky gave one time.
It's an interesting thing to think about, like the intention behind the sexuality. But sometimes you have to put on a little slutty outfit to learn that feeling. Like sometimes it took me putting something slutty on to realize like, oh, it felt bad when that guy talked to me that way.
It's also interesting because me and my friends in high school, we'd dress in these like slutty Halloween costumes, especially towards the end of high school. But we were all huge prudes in high school. Like none of us were like we weren't doing like, we were like maybe like kissing and maybe like doing some stuff like hand stuff over the like, but it wasn't like, it was just interesting that we even wanted to do that because it wasn't translating to like actually like going out and like having sex with someone. You know what I mean? It was definitely more of like I want to feel this certain way, or I want to try on what this feels like to wear that. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't know what the right answer is.
I guess that's probably all of parenthood, not knowing what the right answer is and just trying your best.
Yeah, just trying your best, I think.
All right. Do you want to go to your next C?
I do. So something that you just said reminded me of my next
I'm
C,
loving that you're doing all of our segues
which
for us.
is-
You're really
yeah.
making our job very easy.
what I am contemplating. So when you said that your mom had a phase where she was all Susie homemaker, and then she was focusing more on her personal self, and then she kind of became more of a whole person. I'm contemplating at this stage in my life, how can I be a whole person when any piece of myself can kind of be all consuming. So like I'm still on maternity leave. I was supposed to take 6 months, but I got laid off from my job halfway through my maternity leave. And so I've been doing
that could even happen.
They were really good about it. Like they let me finish my leave. And then after my start back date, they gave me 5 weeks from that date to find something else within the company before I was fully terminated. And so since I found out that I was getting laid off, I've been doing a lot of contemplating about like, what do I want to do next? And what do I want my career to be? And then, so in the last like week of my 5 weeks to find something else within the company, I did find a job. And so I'm going to be starting after Thanksgiving. But in this time, I've had a lot of time to think about, so actually I want to like back up. I've been really enjoying my maternity leave. Like I have had a lot of time to spend really quality time with Yoav and also with Michal. I take her to school every morning, and I go to a Shabbat sing-along every Friday morning, and I pick her up from school sometimes at 4:30. I also have had a lot of good time to myself, so I can go to the gym a couple times a week, and I've been doing a lot of baking and cooking and kind of that Susie homemakery stuff, and also like getting some good rest and some good social time. And I've been going out with other moms and going to lectures and stuff. I joined a mahjong group on Fridays that I've been really, really enjoying. So I've been thinking, I've been really enjoying that time, and I've been thinking about, as I go back to work, how can I bring some of that into going back to work? Because I do feel ready to like get back to my professional life, but not at the expense of my other things that I just talked about. And so I know the kind of default for working moms is usually to kind of be grinding 40 plus hours a week. So you get up at 6 or 7, you're with your kids for a couple hours, they go to school, you go to work, say 9 to 5, you're with your kids from 5 to 7 or 8, and then you have like 2 hours at the end of the day to, I don't know, have a glass of wine or watch a show or go out for dinner.
Which is what you used to do.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. And then all weekend, you're with your kids.
Yeah.
And I do want to have the quality time with my kids. I know a lot of people will get a babysitter for a few hours during the weekend, or go out after they go to bed, which I think sounds like a great idea. I require a lot of sleep, as we said earlier. And so I'm like, if I'm not working or with my kids, I'm like, I need to be resting, or else I won't be able to do the work and the kids. And so I kind of have been doing some exploration of like, could I go back to work part-time and have a little bit of extra time to fit in those other things. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I asked the woman who I'm going to be working for, can I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have Mondays and Fridays off? And she was very receptive to that, which is amazing. So I am going to be off on Mondays. And I have a nanny for Yoav, but I'm still like around, and I can take him to like a music class, or I'm still doing a lot of breastfeeding, so that's like many hours of the day, so I can still do that. But I can also do my Monday decompression baking, which I've been really enjoying, and then work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then have Friday. I'll still be able to go to Shabbat Sing and have my personal training, or my mahjong group is on Fridays, so I can still do that.
I think it's so great that you because you got some time with yourself, and then you were like listening to yourself, and it sounds like you knew exactly what you needed, and just by asking for it, you probably were like, oh well, I'm sure going about it in your head, like, is this selfish for me, or is this even acceptable, or what does this mean about me, or like all of these narratives that we can like spin about ourselves when we just are literally desperate for rest and connection. And I think it's so great that you like identified that, asked for that. And I truly believe like if you give yourself that time, you're going to show up in all areas of your life better.
Right.
Rather than showing up in all areas of your life resenting being there or tired. And, I think that's great.
That was so well put, Hannah, and such a good summary.
Well, it's really funny, good job, Hannah, because also I didn't come to it on my own. I was working with a career coach who helped me work through all of those narratives and gave me the confidence to ask for it and help me frame my ask in a way that didn't feel so I don't want to work, or I'm not willing to put in the hours or the time, how I can frame it as I'm going to show up as my best, most productive, valuable self if I'm able to have this balance.
I also feel like the transition from working into maternity leave and then finding out that you were being laid off at first was really scary, because then you were like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this time? Am I just going to be full time with my kids? And then I feel like it took you a second to kind of get your rhythm of figuring out the things you like in your own time and then enjoying it. Because both of us have talked about how when we're given sometimes a bunch of free unstructured time, how that can actually feel really daunting or scary, because you're like, how do I enjoy myself and not feel anxious about what's next? And then I think you did a good job of enjoying yourself and just taking it for what it was, as opposed to being I should be doing this. I should be getting this in line.
Yeah, I did a big reframe, and I saw it as an opportunity to really explore what I wanted the next phase to look like.
Yeah. I think also we look at ourselves sometimes, especially from what I know about you, what I've interacted with you, I know whatever you do for your career, you're very good at it, and you're an asset to whatever team you're on.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we think of ourselves as these productivity machines, and we forget that we are an asset. When you are good at something, the people that you want to work for, people who are look, we don't want to lose you because we see the value that you bring. So of course, let us make this work for you. That's always something I have to remind myself of. It's oh my God, yes, I am good at this thing. I bring so much to this, whether that's professionally or a relationship or anything, where if I put down boundaries, they should be of course, I want to make you happy because I respect you and I see what you bring into this. Yeah. I think it's so easy to lose that, and so easy to go to the mode of if I can't give them my all, then they won't want me, which is I think short-sighted in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's something to look for in a workplace where you're oh my gosh, they see me as an asset, because sometimes you're at a workplace where they don't see you that way. And
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know what that's like. Also, another thing that you guys have in common is making black bean brownies.
Whoa, love a black bean brownie.
You both are good at that.
You just transitioned me into my cell.
Well, we can't do our cell yet.
Let's pretend we didn't even hear that.
Yeah. So consuming, I think this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I have been consuming this playlist that I've been curating for myself. It's titled the Nostalgia Playlist, and it's just every song that brings me back to any kind of moment or feeling or era of my life. So I just grabbed my phone because I just want to read off to you
I love
the
this.
randomness. So there is Need to Breathe, Linkin Park, Damien Rice, Spoon, Jason Mraz.
Who's Spoon?
Bright Eyes. Spoon, you would know them.
Spoon is what
song?
that song that starts
the one that's on my playlist is The Underdog.
The Underdog.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Really don't know if I know Spoon.
What else? I have Matchbox 20, Bare Naked Ladies, The Smiths, Betty, The Postal Service, The Killers, Fall Out Boy, Muse, Devachka, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance, Guster. There's Something Corporate, Meatloaf, Pearl Jam, The Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, Styx, OAR, James Blunt, Third Eye Blind. It's the most random hodgepodge, but it makes me really happy to listen to.
Yeah.
And so I've been listening to it on the bike or when I'm out for a walk or when I'm cooking my black bean brownies. So
Is Devachka, is this Damien Rice or Devachka when it's like, when there's nothing left to burn, you have to set yourself
that one is
on
on
fire.
that one's on the playlist too. That one is Stars.
Stars.
Yeah.
That's what movie was that? Was it in Closer?
It might have been in Closer. It might have been in Wicker Park.
I don't think it was in Wicker. I think it was in
The one
Closer.
from Wicker Park is on my playlist. Take a Look at Me Now. Who is that? Yeah. Take a look at me now.
There's just an empty space. I mean, I love a playlist that brings you back. I have like a little more niche one called MySpace Baby. Yeah. And it's like all the songs, like all the emo bands that I loved like in the MySpace era or like songs that I would have as like my MySpace profile song. I love that.
This was very younger sister of me, but like any music Arielle liked growing up, I liked. Like also, you know how it was like really hard to have iTunes, like you would take an iTunes download from other people's iTunes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, you could like be like, oh, you have that song, or even like ringtones when you had like, I don't know if you guys had razors, but it was like you could transfer ringtones to each other by holding your phones close to each other.
Oh, I didn't know you could do it from holding it close.
Yeah, so you like it was. I think it's like whack ass Bluetooth, where it was just like really if you held them very close to each other. But I know what you're talking about.
Arielle,
also, this is what I'm curious off of that. Is how the heck are we going to how do we get music ethically these days? Because, I mean, I know we're probably a lot of you are listening to us on Spotify, but then it's like all these people are talking about Spotify is bad and how like.
Well, my playlist is on Apple Music.
Okay.
And now Apple Music is being more supportive of artists and like getting them more money and rights.
It's not for any kind of ideological reason. I just never got into Spotify.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, God, it's tough to do anything ethically these days, it feels like, because like corporations and just capitalism in general. But it is like thinking back to how we used to get music and how it would be like we had to pay 99 cents for a song. Like
or go on Napster and illegally download.
I mean, I gave my family computer so many viruses with LimeWire.
Yes, LimeWire.
I was like a LimeWire girl, and it
like
would
burning CDs.
and we would I would do all of
This is a very nostalgic episode of I Can't Wait to Tell You.
It is.
Truly.
I love a dose of
A lot of millennial energy to this.
Yeah, I love it.
Shelby is like nodding, like I'm not. I love. What is a millennial?
Yeah. Shelby is our
guys
Gen
are
Z
old.
representation. But you were nodding along with AIM, so all right. You kind of
I was like Omegle Chat Roulette, and then
Chat Roulette. I met so many famous people on Chat Roulette. I met Ashley Tisdale. I met Lil Wayne.
I can't believe you met Lil Wayne on Chat Roulette.
He had a big plate of bacon. I just remember he had like a plate like full of bacon.
I only ever saw old men jerking off.
I mean, that was the thing. Chat Roulette was so fun at the beginning, and you actually were like having conversations. And then like a year into it, it was just like dick.
Everything gets sexualized immediately.
Everything.
That's why AI is so scary, because like I feel like soon we're gonna be able to put our faces on a body and see ourselves like having sex. You know what I mean? Like
with Sora, I'm pretty sure you could do that now.
Yeah.
Like OnlyFans wasn't meant to be sexual.
Right.
I was just gonna say, I always felt really cool when I would get to like drive Arielle's car or be in the car with her and then like use one of her CDs that she burned and like put in, and
also burning CDs, that is an art form that has been lost. Me and my friends would burn each other's CDs all the time. I had one of those like cases, and it was just like, Sharpie on the outside, and it would say like summer 2005, bops in the car, love you girl, and then it would like you go in, and it was just so fun, and it would like being in the car with your friends, like go to track 7, go to whatever. Such a good feeling that is just completely lost on this generation.
it was the best. I remember your first ringtone was I'm burning for you.
Blue Oyster Cult. I wonder if that's on my playlist. I need to add it.
And then my mom's ringtone on her razor was Florence.
The dog days are over.
And now that song, like it like gives me a Pavlovian response.
My mom's
so I'm like,
was-
Mom, answer your phone.
My mom's was Marvin Gaye. Can't get enough of your love, baby. That's a good one. I don't know why.
When I was picking up Michal from school the other day, they were playing the Little Mermaid song, and that was my ringtone for a second. And I said, like, Michal, this was my ringtone. She was like, "What's a ringtone?" And I had to explain it to her, and it was a really interesting moment.
If someone had a ringtone now, I would be like, "You're crazy." Like,
Yeah, well,
if
now
someone
it's
keeps
like
their
if-
phone on loud.
Yeah.
It's
That's she's sitting over there. That boomer over there.
Naomi.
Her phone's always ringing, and that's been our whole life experience. What was I just gonna say? I was taking a yoga class the other day, and the song "Lovely Days" came on, and now I have a conditioned response to that song.
I know I've kind of ruined that song for me because I used to, like, anytime I was having a bad day, I would put on Bill Withers' "Lovely Day," and it would instantly be like one of those sort of like dopamine moments. And now, because I have it in a sketch that I'm in, it's gonna always
You'll see
be.
tonight, Arielle.
Oh,
I
yeah,
cannot
Arielle has
Wait,
seen our
that's
show.
why I came. Like, I came because I need to see your show. I can't live another day without having seen it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel incomplete.
I feel like it's so crazy doing a show right now and not having you know anything about it, because my entire life, Arielle has always known all of my lines to all of the shows I'm in, and like helps me memorize. She would help me memorize sketches. Like when I first got hired at Second City, she would like go on back when it was Skype. Thank you, Shelby. Oh my God. We would like Skype, and Arielle would help me memorize my lines. And so it feels weird to not have you know anything about this.
And that's how I know that you guys have also a different relationship than me and my sister, because anytime I ask my sister to like help me with lines, we end up getting mad at each other because she can't take anything seriously. And I'm like, seriously? Like, I'm like, please take it seriously. And then it like, she's helped me with like one self-tape, and it would be like every take before the take, she would be like looking at me and she'd be like, and I'm like, stop looking at me like that. She's like, I'm not looking at you like anything. I'm like, seriously, you're like really messing me up. And then we just like get so mad, but then we laugh so much. But it's just like, she can't take anything seriously. And it's so funny, but it's so annoying.
So funny. I can see her doing the look.
But she's just like, she'll be like, I'm not. I'm like, you are. I was like, turn around. And then she'd be like, turned around. And then I'd be like, I can feel you making the face while you're turned around. Okay, are we ready for our cells? The cells.
Well, I wanted to say one more thing. I
Yes.
haven't had a chance to say it yet, and I need to slip it in just how much my daughter is Leila. So you were just reminding me, because Michal, like, so she's definitely a performer.
Yeah.
And she will just like look in the mirror and do like monologues, and I'll record her. And then my cousin Sam and her husband Aditya are obsessed with Michal, and so I'll send them the videos and they'll watch them on repeat, and then they'll send them back to me again like a year later and be like, remember this? And so I showed Michal one recently that they had sent me from like a year ago or more, and now Michal just like keeps doing it, and she like keeps evolving it and like saying the lines again. And so I just wanted to slip that in, that like keep an eye out. She's gonna be big.
Michal is gonna be up here for the summer intensive,
Big time.
taking classes at IO.
It's true. Everything about Michal, like, I relate to so much, and like the things that she like likes to wear, and the songs that she'll sing. Like, I remember doing the same shit when I was little.
Even like the difficulty with the
Pooping?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
With the potty training.
Not the difficulty with the pooping.
I famously had trouble being potty trained, and then
You were pooping your pants?
I wasn't pooping
the
my
bed?
No, I would not get rid of diapers. Like, I was like a
She
diaper
wouldn't poop
queen
in the toilet.
Then this is so fucked up, and maybe somehow through the pod we'll be able to find the footage. My mom put me on the news for not being able to poop, and so there was like a whole news being like, this little girl, Leila Gorstein, local child, still wears diapers at almost 4 years old. Her mother cuts holes in the diaper, and she shits through the hole on the toilet to make so that she can get potty trained.
Wait, why did you do? Okay, it's time for Naomi's rebuttal, because this is crazy if true.
She's like
It's on
shaking
the
her hand
news.
in the background.
My life, like I can't believe it hasn't reemerge.
I had to take Leila to a little therapist because we had to figure it out. Apparently, one of her babysitters kind of traumatized her.
It's true,
which we
Kalar.
found that out. So I took her to a therapist.
While I was with Kalar, I swallowed a whole penny.
And the therapist.
And then couldn't poop.
No, but that's not.
And then
you
the
had to
therapist-
poop, and Pilar said, "I don't want to wipe you because that's disgusting, and I'm going to mess up my nails." And so so you pooped, and you were just like dirty because she wouldn't wipe you. That's what
Yeah.
traumatized you.
What's her name? Pilar or Kalar?
Pilar.
So I had to take her to a little therapist, and the therapist said, "Would you mind if we were doing a segment on toilet training on NBC News?" So we did the thing. We did it, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
Okay. We need to find footage from this. We need to find, yes,
1996.
I don't even know if that will be on the internet.
I don't think we can find it. Also, Mom,
Wow.
like, where the hell did you find Pilar? She was the worst babysitter of all time. Recommended by somebody. She had a boyfriend who had a tongue ring. Am I conflating
No,
that
you're
with
conflating.
PJ?
PJ was a great babysitter.
PJ had a tongue ring, and he was
had
awesome.
a tongue ring. Do
But
you know how we
Pilar
found
also
him?
had her boyfriend, karate.
Karate. He was our karate
His name was
teacher.
Karate?
No, he was our karate.
PJ was from karate.
Okay, from karate?
PJ taught Zach karate, and he
Okay.
was a great babysitter, and he had a tongue ring.
Okay, I never had babysitters, but I always had friends who had kind of like slutty babysitters, and they would be so cool, like they would be like, wearing like belly shirts.
That was Pilar.
And I remember my friend Olivia had this babysitter, and she was like really, I would say probably like bad, but we thought she was so cool. And one day she was like, "Do you guys want to make different foods in the kitchen and run them over with my car?" And we were like,
It should be made into a character of some kind.
so we like made all these different kinds of foods, and then we like saw what would happen if we like ran them over
What
with
a
the car.
waste. I hate waste. Do you hate waste? I feel like that's a core part of my personality.
I really, really pride myself that I can make a meal. Like I buy groceries and I eat basically all of my groceries before I buy more groceries. Or like some people, depending on when you go to my house, you can go to my house and be like, "You have no groceries," because I'm like, "Yeah, I'm eating all of my groceries before I eat
You
anything
both
else."
are good at making like a kitchen sink situation happen.
I
Like,
got that from my mom.
Of like pulling things together to make it happen. Like
Yeah.
Arielle is also really good at that.
Yeah, I'm not a big waster. I am a big I will say a big minimalist. So like I get rid of a lot of things. Like in terms of like clothing or tchotchkes or things like that. I don't like a lot of clutter and stuff.
Arielle is similar in that she has like 3 items of clothing that she loves and wears, but you guys differ in that Arielle doesn't care if like the clothing is like it's more about utility versus looking good. Would you say that's right, Arielle?
I would say that's right. Leila has made me throw out clothes that I've been wearing for like 10 years. She's like, "You got to get rid of it. You cannot."
It's crazy, right?
Which is crazy because I make Leila do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even imagine.
She wants me to get rid of-
Layla
Arielle has an argument for peplum.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a rebuttal. But I put that in the comments.
When Hannah told me that I should get rid of my peplum skirt, Arielle was like, "Peplum? But peplum's still in."
What's wrong with peplum?
That is millennial.
I'm sorry, I have to stand by it.
Okay, let's do ourselves.
Okay. My cell is baking with vegetables.
Oh, because of the black bean brownies.
Like black bean brownies, sweet potato brownies. Did you you messed up the recipe? You overbaked them.
You
So
made
that's
the
why-
sweet potato
I made them.
brownies.
Yeah.
I felt like they were a little too moist.
Too moist.
I felt
I had to
as
freeze
though
them.
sometimes just specifically sweet potatoes, I'm either on them or I'm off of them. I'm really off of them now. And if I know a sweet potato is in a dessert, I kind of get like gross. But weirdly enough, I don't get that way about black beans because I'm such a beanhead.
like zucchini, carrot, pumpkin.
I made the zucchini chocolate muffins recipe that you sent me, and that was really good.
Yeah, I've really curated my Instagram algorithm and my like Google app or Google News algorithm. So every time I open up the internet, it's like, here are 5 recipes with like vegetables that are super easy that you can make, with minimal ingredients and minimal equipment. And I hate like dirtying a dish if I don't have to. So I love a 1 bowl recipe.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of baking of like 1 bowl, healthified, delicious.
Do you have a good pumpkin bread recipe?
I have many. Yes.
I'd like
we
those.
should link some in the episode.
Yeah, we should. We
Yeah.
can link. We can link. I can also. This is another sell. This app called Spilt that actually Joey told me yesterday he doesn't use it anymore. I got him on it, but I use it for tracking all the recipes that I want to make. So it makes it really easy if you see something
nice.
on Instagram or on the webs, and you just like hit one button and you can add it to a different collection in your app, and then you can track when you've made it and you can rate it and add notes.
See, I'm such a I like always think of a recipe. Like I read a recipe and then I'm like, those are all suggestions. I can make this better. And sometimes it works, and then other times it, like last night I was like, I was craving like nostalgic like chicken thighs and rice and like a one bake sort of thing. I feel like my mom always made that.
We have recipes for you.
Yeah, and I like love that. And then I got this recipe and I'm like, I'm gonna do it for the recipe. But then I was at the store and I saw the like black forbidden rice and I was like, I'll do it with black rice. I was like, that'll add some like nutrients and it'll be so good. I didn't realize you had to cook black rice like you cook brown rice. And I also just don't really like brown rice. Like I like regular rice. And so then I had to cook it like extra long, and it just like, it kind of ruined the recipe.
And
it was
now
still,
you
like,
have
edible.
to eat it because you can't waste it.
Well, exactly. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to take this black rice and I'm going to make like a curry that I can put on top of the black rice for later in the week. So, and I can also, it's gluten free, so I can give you some black rice if you want it.
Gorgeous.
It
I'll
has,
trade you some soup for it.
Yeah, it has like some carrots and mushrooms
your
and
containers
stuff.
in my car, by the way.
I know, and those probably smell so bad. Oh, I ate salmon out of those. Yeah, I'll take those baking recipes because I feel like I have no time to bake anymore. I used to love to bake, but I don't do it as often anymore.
Hannah made like an amaretto cake that was so good.
That's my go-to holiday cake.
Almond extract.
Love almond extract.
I've been putting it in everything.
I love almond,
so
love
good.
pistachio. Those are my adult flavors that I like didn't appreciate when I was younger, but now I'm like anything pistachio flavored, anything almond flavored, I'm on board for.
Yeah.
Paul Hollywood would say it made it punchy.
Punchy. I
Gave it punch.
like a marzipan. I love a
Yes.
marzipan.
Oh, yes. Speaking of Paul Hollywood, I started watching Bake Off because of this podcast.
And what do you think?
Obsessed.
So
Love
good.
it. Love Jasmine. Getting a little bored of her because she's too perfect. But
I mean, here's the thing: women can never get it right. If they're too perfect, then we hate them.
I mean, I love her more than I dislike her. Also, alopecia representation.
Exactly.
I also don't like. I feel like Paula Hollywood and Prue are like overcritical of her because they don't know what to criticize.
Well, exactly.
And it's like
well,
unfair.
in this last episode, yeah, they were like, it's the semifinals. We can't let anything slide.
But they were being like so critical of like nothing.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
like, don't give her notes just because think for like they can't make it obvious that she's going to be the winner, but like she has to be the winner.
I mean,
like
come
she's
on.
won so much and she's clearly the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love her. I think she's so beautiful and nice.
And she has Phoebe Bridgers vibes, right?
have you
I
guys
never put that
together?
noticed this yet?
Phoebe Bridgers, the singer?
Phoebe, no.
Oh, Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh, I did not think that.
Oh, yeah, they
I
have
see
the
that.
same
Yeah.
voice and the same expressions.
I
and-
have been wanting to do a rewatch of Fleabag. That's like on my
such a good
cozy holiday
That's
list.
honestly a good sell.
I feel like I really want to rewatch that, especially like going into like the next phase of my career. Like I want to watch like shows that inspire me that like will get like the juices flowing.
I watched Fleabag like this time last year, literally because I was like off of VTC and I was like, I need inspiration, and I loved.
Love
I just had such a good time.
Okay, Leila, what's your sell?
My cell, I was trying to think of one while you guys were talking, but how about my cell for this week is writing a good card. I love cards, and I feel like because the art of the written word is slowly fading, it's really nice to write cards to your loved ones, and like not just like any of that like happy holidays, wishing you a happy new year shit. I'm talking a deep good card about
You have
like
that in common with our cousin-in-law, Aditya. He sends me Hall like 3-page cards, and I have to read them to her.
Honestly, it'd be so special to her whenever she gets older. I've been like,
that's so
I guess I
funny.
should stop throwing them out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm saving them. I save them. I save them.
I love also Samantha writes really good cards, but I just love like a good in-depth card. Like I love writing them to people. I love getting them.
Well, you asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I want a Leila Gorstein card.
and I gave you one.
I don't think
At my
so.
wedding.
Oh, at your wedding, but that wasn't for my birthday.
I think I gave you a good birthday card too.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Let's fight about
All right.
it.
Do you want me to
Yes,
get you?
finally, you guys, fight about something.
Do you want me to get you a card?
No, it's okay. Hannah,
right.
what's your cell?
Okay, my cell is, well, I'll do something pertinent to today. I love doing an apple cider vinegar wash on my hair. I feel like people always ask me for hair tips, and I like hate being like the bearer of bad news where I'm like, it's just a lot of genetics and like, you know, and I've like gotten my ways of like knowing how to do like my own hair that I can do. But like in terms of product, like I don't use expensive product. I don't do like a lot of like hair masks or anything like that. But something I do love to do is like, especially because like I love dry shampoo and I'm figuring out how to like wash my hair even less, which is good.
How many times a week do you wash?
So I think I used to be like a every other day kind of girl, and now I'm like a every 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, me
and
too.
like
Twice a
I
week.
have like dry shampoo, and I can like really almost on day 3 with enough dry shampoo, my hair has like a whole new texture to it. That's kind of fun. But this morning I woke up and like it was like the 2 different like dry shampoo like layers had worn out. Like it was like I could stick my hand and I could like bring it up and then it would like stay. And I was like, oh my God, this is scary. And I was like, I just had so much buildup. And so I take like a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of water, put it in like a little like measuring cup from my kitchen, bring that into the shower with me. And then at the very beginning of my shower, get my hair wet and then get that like right on the roots and then leave that like basically until like I've done all the other things in my shower, and then like at least 5 minutes, and then wash that out and then do a regular shampoo condition, and it just like gets all the weight out of your like all
It's looking so shiny. And
because it's like gets all the product out and it like gets the buildup out. Apple cider vinegar just in general, I just love. I think it's like such a good like kind of cure-all. And just people are selling like all these expensive like hair products and masks and everything like that. You can get a huge bottle of apple cider vinegar for like $10.
It's good for the gut too.
When you walked in, Shelby said, "Oh my God, you got a haircut."
And I go, I just washed it.
I
put apple cider
it.
vinegar in it.
I remember when I had hair, you also told me to do like a coconut oil mask, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if I do like a coconut oil mask, then I definitely, when I wash that out, I'll do the apple cider vinegar because that's like the only thing that'll like cut all that like oil off. But yeah, that's myself.
Beautiful cell.
Well, and okay, I'm curious. I don't want to start any drama, but last episode, Leila was talking about getting a tattoo and was wondering how Naomi was going to react to that. Do you have a rebuttal?
Well, I don't think, Naomi, did you finish the episode? She never finished listening to the episode. So I don't think she heard
You didn't
me talk
hear the
about
tattoo.
Or did she stop listening at that
Naomi
moment?
has feelings. Here we go.
My mom
You can
didn't
get on camera
listen.
too if you want.
So my feeling about tattoos is once upon a time,
Oh my God.
I loved black lacquer furniture. I loved it. I wanted it. I wanted a black
parable.
lacquer bedroom set. And you know what? It's hideous. And I'm so glad I never got it. What
I love
happens
that
if you get
story.
a tattoo and then you change your mind? Or, and this is what I've pointed out on many a rest stop, on many a trip,
I know
you
what
start
she's gonna say.
stretching out. Ew.
I
So
know my
that's how I
mom
feel
will
about
point
that.
at
And it
people.
hurts.
My mom will point at old like motorcycle men and be like, "Look, his tattoos look like bruises. Do you really want that? Old bruises?" And I'm like, I think me and that man live very different lives.
That's how I feel about
All
tattoos.
right, awesome.
And the cool thing now is they do have tattoo removal that is pretty freaking good. Have you seen Pete Davidson's before and after? He was like covered in tattoos and now you can't even tell. Naomi's sticking her tongue out. Also, it was so funny because as all this is happening, Yoav's on the floor eating 2 different spatulas. Like rolling
They're
around
great-
happy
great
as a clam.
teethers.
Like just like chewing on 2 spatulas. I'm like, that's the energy that I want. Just like to be happy just on the ground eating 2 spatulas.
Literally, he's having a great time.
I know I have so many friends who are moms who listen to the pod that I'm sure resonate with a lot of what you're
I will
saying.
want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
You did such a good job, and I know you were anxious about your 3 C's.
Well, I just realized that I did the wrong C.
What was
I wanted to do my other consuming. Maybe we can do an addendum to the podcast.
What was it?
It was the like sci-fi mystery box shows with a companion podcast.
That honestly can be another cell. What was the book or the show that you really like?
Show
Dark
was Dark, and then the companion podcast that Zach turned me on to, Culture Cave. But like also Severance has a really good companion podcast. So like My Cell, I guess, is a really good sci-fi mystery box show with a companion podcast where they like theorize about what's going to happen next, because I'm really bad at theorizing and knowing what's going to happen next. But then I feel like I can be in on it. So like if the podcaster gets it right, then I can like share in that win with them.
Yeah. Oh, we are long, but I have to do on my actual cell that I just remembered.
Let's just keep going.
This is
2
important
hour
to me.
pod.
This has been like consuming my last like week and a half. Lily Allen.
Oh, yes.
Lily Allen's new album. So she.
Ooh, I gotta add "Fuck You" to my nostalgia playlist.
Yeah, such a good Lily Allen song. So Lily Allen came out with her first album in over 10 years, and it's tell-all album of her divorce with David Harbour from Stranger Things, and it is, I think, probably going to be like, I think it's like the album of the year. It is so good. Not only is it like, it's just so inspiring in terms of like storytelling. Like, listen, this is my assignment for anyone who has not listened to it. Listen to it, lyrics on, where you can like read the lyrics, listen to it 2 times through, and then go on Google and like look at all the Lily Allen, David Harbour lore around it. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but it is like, and then you can just see all of the David Harbour stuff that's coming out now, but it is 10 out of 10. I mean, it's very upsetting. It's a very upsetting album because you're hearing the like, disillusionment of a marriage and adult, just all of this crazy stuff, but it's so good. Give Lily Allen her flowers, listen to it, and I want to know y'all's thoughts on it because I can't stop. Now that I've listened to it and like heard the story in full, now like one of my favorite songs called Pussy Palace. It's just so good. Tennis, also one of my favorites. Really, really good. Listen to it. That's I can't wait to tell you homework because it is so good.
I do. I need to listen to it. I haven't gotten to listen to it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Arielle, I just want to say I'm so happy that I got to have you on the pod and be in the hot seat. You're my closest person in the whole world, and I just love you so much. And
I love you so
it feels so
much.
special to have someone that knows me inside and out be on such a special thing for me. So,
Oh, well, thank you.
and I love
Thanks
sisters.
for having me. And I love
sisters and I love Tauruses.
And I just met Shelby today, but I can tell that you're awesome too.
Yes.
Shelby is awesome.
And whenever Zach comes on, he's gonna do a much better job than me because he always.
That's a very
Don't
middle
even
child
compare.
thing to say. Just
I'm going to
now.
slap Zach with a slice of pizza when he's here.
in the face.
Can I sing us out?
And
Yes,
oh my God, yeah, duh.
please.
Thank you for remembering.
Okay. Did you want to say anything else, or can I go for it?
I'm just so grateful. I love having the Gorstein family here. Just
We're the best family.
the best.
It feels so nice having you be here, and it's gonna be really hard when you guys leave. I'm gonna probably fully cry. So
Me too. I can't wait to tell you.
Whoa. Okay. I love that. You and Leila both. I like your use of like kind of like your nose when you sing.
we were in Fiddler on the Roof together,
I was Chava.
and I was the rabbi's assistant. All right. Until next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I can't wait to tell you.
Wait, Mom, I don't think you should be eating that actually.
It was all like they didn't want to shield us. It's so funny. I nannied for a long time. The trap.